The water is slowly receding in the Orla Vista community. Channel 9's Christian Bruey has been covering this neighborhood for several days now. He knows it well. Christian, you're back out there today as they try to clean up.
Yeah, George, I'm standing here on Ronnie Circle. Yesterday, this road was under knee-deep water, but as you can see today, the water has receded, allowing residents to return to their homes and get their first looks at the damage left behind by Hurricane Irma, and they allowed us inside along with them. The floodwaters that ravaged Orla Vista have receded, but the destruction left behind is evident inside more than 500 homes.
It's a mess. I mean, it's a mess. Leaves everywhere. All my furniture gone. The beds. My kids were laying on the floor. The time of the hurricane, if they'd been laying there long enough, they would have been drowned because the water just bomb rushed right in there.
We witnessed this heartbreaking scene inside Diane's daughter's bedroom. Little shoes, clothes, and the child's bed all soaked. Diane is one of many residents we spoke to who don't have flood insurance, so she will be relying on the local and national government for help.
I've been trying to call FEMA for 2 days now. I have not gotten through with them. I was just on the phone with them now, waiting. I had to wait 55 minutes to get to FEMA. I don't mind the wait. I don't mind being patient. But when it comes down to my kids and trying to find somewhere for us to stay, that bothers me.
Diane does have a disability and trouble walking, but it's her 2 adopted children she's most worried about.
They babies. I got 1 3 and 1 2. And that bothers me for them not to try to, I'm rushing trying to find somewhere to stay. It's not good at all. And I can't do it. My nerves, with my disability, I can't do it. I can't take too much of this.
The emotion just so raw here in Orla Vista. Now, I did put a call into FEMA, and some good news out of all this. Found out this neighborhood has been declared as an area for individual assistance for residents looking for help. They are encouraged to apply for that online, over the phone, or on the FEMA app.
More than 200 people had to be rescued from severe flooding in the early morning hours today. Channel 9's Christian Bruey was there, one of the only reporters to venture back into the neighborhood today.
The flooding is just incredible. This neighborhood in Orlando turned into a site eerily similar to what we saw from Hurricane Harvey in Houston. Hurricane Irma leaving residents of the Orla Vista neighborhood up to their knees in water. Many of them rescued from their homes by members of Orange County Fire Rescue and soldiers from the Army National Guard.
We got woke up about 4 a.m. this morning to come out here and do some rescue missions, and we started out just going through street by street, asking people, which some houses closer to us weren't too flooded. The roadways were, just asking if they needed help, anything from us, water, anything. And then as we got further back, it got super, super deep.
Some of the residents we saw were separated from their pets during the rescue, but reunited once they made it to safety. This man is in tears as he's being reunited with his puppy right here. I mean, what a scene in the aftermath of Hurricane Irma, as this was his dog that was left in his house as maybe he was rescued. He was trying to go back to find it, and now they are reunited here. Moses Figueroa's house escaped the floodwaters, but his friend's family was not so lucky.
He got water in his kitchen. Everywhere is water. We had to save their pet animal. They had a dog. They had 2 dogs, actually. And we had to get both of them the cage, and we had to get one of the chicken, too. After the area had been secured and all the individuals saved, Orange County Mayor Teresa Jacobs mounted one of the high water vehicles to assess the damage. Just your initial reaction to what you saw.
To be honest, I was shocked. I mean, compared to the pictures we've seen, obviously, in Houston, nothing like that. But I have never seen this level of flooding in Orange County in all the years I've been here. So you drive back there, and the streets look like rivers.
In Apopka, this street looked like a lake. Carol Gilvin's house had flooding in the front yard, pool, and even some of the bedrooms. You never thought you'd be doing an interview in a bedroom in 3 inches of water. How are you doing with all this?
No, I definitely didn't. We're okay. I'm glad to be alive, and everybody's safe, but this water disaster it's horrible. It's everywhere, so.
Christian Bruey, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Channel 9's Christian Bruey is at I-4 and the Turnpike live with more on what's happening on our local roads. And Christian, what are you seeing and what are you hearing from FHP?
Well, Greg, it's certainly starting to come down here in downtown Orlando. We've been out here for about the past 15 minutes in downtown, and we are still seeing some cars on I-4. Some of these cars are coming actually from I-4 onto the 408, and as you'll see as we look down over this way, Ewan, that the rooster tail's kicking up, and that's the flooding they're talking about. They're starting to see it get worse and worse on I-4, and they say there is no reason in their tweet to be on these roads. And the tweet I believe Martha is referencing is they are responding to numerous, as what they're calling, unnecessary crashes because there's no reason to be on the roads right now. And we, in fact, about 30 to 45 minutes ago, we came upon one of those crashes right on the 408 on-ramp coming off of 417. I believe we have some images of those. We were the first people on the scene of that crash. A couple of women were in a larger SUV that slammed into the wall. We had to call 911. We got the ambulance there, and so it looked as though those two women were shaken up, but for the most part did look like they were going to be okay. So right now, as you can see, a little bit of rain still falling here in downtown Orlando. It seems as though every few minutes it gets a little heavier, it gets a little lighter, but right now, light at the moment, but it does look, as you look at downtown Orlando, you can barely see past the 55 West building. So we have a feeling that we're about to get inundated with a big, heavy rainstorm just once again. So right now, that's what we've got going on out here. But once again, FHP saying, please stay off the roads. They have numerous troopers out there to do their jobs, but they don't want to be responding to these unnecessary crashes. Back to you.